Now, at the start of this series of Call the Midwife, everything was looking rosy for dishy Dr. Turner. But as with any good drama, there are dark twists and turns at every corner, and here is how it all started to unravel.
What is it? What's wrong?
I don't know. What if I missed something else?
Patrick.
I should have thought of it. That baby.
You ask too much of yourself.
I'll be all right. Send Fred back in, would you?
No, Patrick, I won't. I'm closing the surgery now, and I'm taking you home.
Oh, well, luckily things are back on track now for Dr. Turner, and here he is. Call the Midwife, Stephen McGann.
Thank you, Mother.
What do you make of all that? Because obviously, you know, you're an actor, you're in the whole lovely showbiz world. Yeah. People are quite tactile in that environment.
But the thing is, when I was a kid, I was English about it.
You were
English? When you used to say, you know, very sort of English stuff. And my mum would say, go and kiss your grandma.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be all coy and shy. But later on, you become a lovey and it's all mwah, mwah, mwah. But you do get stuck in that situation where you don't know if it's one peck on the cheek or two pecks. So I do a bit of that because it's a bit sort of northern and friendly.
That was all right. But
that's
see, that was absolutely...
Yeah, but it's what's appropriate, though, isn't it? Nowadays with men. It must be very confusing being a man now.
Yes, it is. Especially when you're always working around women.
Yes.
Have you ever had it the other way around? Or is it something that you've just found, you know, yourself feeling uncomfortable? You ever had a woman inappropriately or otherwise
yes,
touch you?
Absolutely. You know, sometimes when, you know, if you do popular drama where sometimes people feel they have a personal stake in you and your character.
Yeah.
And it sort of invades a space where they think you are that character, or they sort of tug you and pull you, and that can be uncomfortable. That can be difficult to negotiate.
Would you ever say anything?
Sometimes I would. Sometimes you would lose in something like years ago when I did soap, I did Emmerdale. And it would be particularly that type of thing where someone seems that they think they know you so well, they're dragging you around pubs to meet their friends. And you want to say, no, it's OK, but, you know, I'm with some of my friends and please let go.
I don't know you. I have never met you in my life.
But it's OK, they mean well. You know, it's all right. It's just about borders, isn't it?
Yeah. So we saw that little clip there where things weren't going so well for Dr. Turner. Have things turned it around?
Oh, yes.
I'll have you know, that just came off the cuff. So, no, are things going all right for you now?
It's wonderful. One of the nice things about, although it's full of its trouble at that time in that episode, it was really related to post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
And something that you've seen before in the series. But one of the lovely things about his and Sheila's relationship is it's not one of those marriages played out where you get all of your drama through conflict. They're not running off having affairs, they're not doing it. Actually, it's a good marriage. Yeah. But it's a good marriage that faces challenges like every marriage.
And it survives.
And it survives.
Yeah.
So it's nice to do a drama where, look, the marriage isn't a car crash, but these people will face things everybody faces in
What's
their
interesting as well is it's quite a modern marriage in terms of they see each other as equals, and, you know, and they've both got their work issues, they've both got their home issues, and they take it in turns to lead or support. We've got a clip that's going to be coming up soon. Take a little look at this. I think you'll see what I mean.
Well, there is a way around most things if you try.
Wish I could think of a way around these name tapes. Even the socks have to be labelled individually. I haven't even started.
Ask for help.
Oh, there's no need.
Ask for help. Say you have too much to do. No one is invincible.
What a nice dream modern man. What period is it exactly set in?
It's set in 1960.
Is it 60? Right. Okay.
I suppose it's easy for us to say, well, OK, now you've heard about all these modern men and new partnerships, but somebody must have started somewhere. Yeah. I often say that when women changed their role, they didn't change it overnight. Suddenly everybody woke up and burned bras and then it was all different. Of course, it would have happened, as Heidi, the writer, says, one woman at a time. Yeah. And so anyone who's married, like I've been married for a long time, it's a partnership. You get tasks and problems, and how you sort those natural problems out as a couple, as partners, dictates who you are.
But you know, the period it's set in, I find it sometimes quite hard to watch because of the period it's set in. And when you did your research, did you find that? Did you come across, you know, I mean, you must have had to find out what the equipment they used and also the problems. You know, my mother had me out of wedlock in the 50s, and it was terrible. So
awful.
So all that research, how did you cope with that?
I love it. It's a real privilege doing this job because just when you think... a lot of people call it nostalgia. I don't actually agree. I think if it was nostalgia, it would make everything rosy. But every now and again, it fools you into this thing of saying, oh, this is a beautiful world and everyone's nice. Then it hits you with these attitudes. And in a funny way, related to something you've been talking about earlier, my character smokes like a chimney. Now, I don't smoke.
I was going to ask.
I don't like smoking, but I smoke, and I quite like that touch because it's one of those funny things. Even pregnant women have smoked on the series. And every now and again, you have these little cues to say, we didn't know so much. Things were less enlightened then. And, you know, the world you live in now has come on and in many ways still has some challenges. But it's come on, it's not the good old days.
And I believe, you yourself were delivered by a midwife who was on a bicycle.
I was.
Oh, I love that.
And she was a classic midwife on a bike. She came in the worst snowstorm, because I was born in that 63, which is apparently one of the worst winters in the century. But she'd taken a sleeping pill, apparently. And my mum says, so she'd gone off to bed, then been called out on duty through snow on a bike. I don't know how that works. She was in a foul mood, so apparently I was born apologising, causing a disturbance.
Why do you think this show is so successful? Because it's phenomenal, isn't it?
It is. It's just, I mean, we are so lucky. We've got such devoted fans, and so many of them.
Great cast as well.
Yeah, it's an ensemble.
Yeah.
I think there are so many reasons why. I think one of the best tributes to the production is we really don't take the success for granted. We love our material. The cast are actually, if I could say about them all, they are the nicest people I've ever worked with. People love coming on the show, but we just are dedicated to telling these beautiful stories in the best way we can do them. And when you're all bored with them, we'll go away. Well, you're not, you know, that's what we'll do.
And you work with your wife.
I do.
Well, you mentioned it so nicely, and one of the things, the writer, who's your wife?
Yes. It's fantastic, and it sounds so great. The wife, the writer's in the house. She doesn't let me see anything.
Oh, no!
I've been with her for 25... I haven't worked with her for 25 years. And we've got this relationship where you say, well, Dr. Turner... No. No.
But do you suggest storylines to her? Do you say...
Absolutely not.
No.
In fact, if we've had a bit of a bicker about something, she may darkly suggest something else. As a joke.
Actually, put it together with the family.
Yeah, you know, the lovely thing is we do. And, of course, with her being a writer, she's way above my pay grade. She's up with the bosses in different places. So she doesn't go onto the set. I'm with all the thesps on set, which she doesn't travel to. So when I come home from work, she's able to say, oh, how's so-and-so? How was it? Did anything nice happen? And it will only ever happen once, I'm sure, but it's one of those lovely moments where we can actually share the small talk people have.
That's nice.
I guess if they work in the same office but not in the same department.
Yeah.
And
all the cast are now going, if they're watching Crikey, better watch what they're saying. That's the writer.
You come from quite a big acting dynasty, you and all of your brothers. Have you actually ever all worked together in one thing?
We did, yeah. In the 90s, we did an Irish potato famine drama called The Hanging Gale, and we created that, and we got that together, and that was brilliant.
Any plans for more?
No, not presently. But
get Heidi to write it.
I think you've got to watch the next generation, because I've got nephews and nieces in the industry as well. But they're usually on the other side of the camera now. And gosh, you're bumping into people all the time.
Oh, your family?
Yes, bumping into family all the time.
Well, you've created an acting dynasty now, because obviously you guys were the first. You didn't come from a thespian background.
That's what I love, you know. We were not from an acting family. We became an acting family. My son doesn't want to be an actor, but he's blasé as anything. He's from an acting family. And so if you take him backstage somewhere, he sort of swans around, very comfortable. And I remember me and my brother Joe looked at our children one day and said, oh, wouldn't it have been great to have done that when we were kids? But it was actually rather lovely because it brought... My dad worked as a metallurgist in a factory and my mum was a teacher. And so our values, the way we were brought up, we're just very connected. We are those viewers who watch Call the Midwife. We grew up watching
No, but that's what keeps you special and grounded, all of you. It's so nice to see you on the show today. And give Heidi our love. Stephen McGann, everyone.
Thank you.
Call the Midwife is on BBC One on Sundays at 8 p.m. Still to come, move over Kirsty Allsop, because one of us could be about to take your crafty crown. Find out which one of us is a dab hand at needlepoint. You'll be surprised. Find out after this.